Captain Potato is in the lead, followed closely by Perpetuum and Uyu John 7. Things are heating up on the track as these drivers battle it out for that top spot. Aminson is now in 8th place, surpassing Kokubaininea and Sirianbardot. Issy 1212 has climbed to 12th, overtaking the man. Baryonyx Walkeri has advanced to 17th, passing Wazirius Guy in the process. Aminson has claimed the 7th position from Twix 560 of Bolt Bucket Motorsports, driving the Lamborghini Aventador safety against Twix 560's Koenigsegg Agera Aristas. Meanwhile, A.R. Rafael has progressed to 10th place, surpassing anonymous Ninity 3 in the rankings. Captain Potato and Perpetuum are neck and neck for the lead. 1999 September has jumped to 6th place, passing Aminson Dr. Dia. Now, 1999 September and Aminson are fighting it out for 6th place in the Koenigsegg Agera, RS and Lamborghini Aventador C, respectively. Hughes Johnson has surged to pole, passing Perpetuum. They're now locked in a fierce battle for the top spot. Additionally, Airfail has made significant progress, advancing to P9 by overtaking both Kokubaininity and Sir Ironbot. Aminson has significantly dropped back to P27. Paulo Costanin and 1999 September are fiercely competing for the 3rd position. Rafael in a Lamborghini Sion, FKP37, is fighting anonymous Ninty 3 in a Salinas 5's Raptor for the 7th spot. Baryonyx Walkeri is making gains on Deplorable Apple, reducing the gap by 2 seconds. Duff Dad has advanced to 16, passing La Croissant 1980. Meanwhile, Perpetuum has climbed to P26, overtaking Uyus John 7. Issy 1212 and Amelia Rocanera are fighting for the 11th spot. Deplorably Apple and Baryonyx Walkeri are fiercely competing for 14th place, with Deplorably Apple in a Lamborghini Sion FKP37 and Baryonyx Walkeri in a Dodge Viper ACR 16. Duff Dad and La Croissant 1980 are battling it out for 16th place, with Duff Dad in a Lamborghini Huracan and La Croissant 1980 in a Koenigsegg Agera RS. Perpetuum is making a strong comeback, getting closer to Zazolvi and Maya by reducing the gap significantly. La Croissant 1980 is climbing up the ranks, surpassing Duff Dad to claim 16th place. A tight duel is unfolding between Duff Dad in a Lamborghini Huracan and Gary No Name in a Koenigsegg Agera for the 17th position. Anonymasinity 3 makes a strong move up to 4th place, passing Koki Binity and Sirairombok Doliti. Ayer Fael and the man are fiercely battling for 6th place in their Lamborghini and Ferrari. Simplimarkers and Issy 1212 are fighting hard for the 10th position in their Lamborghini and McLaren. The competition is heating up as positions shift rapidly. Gary No Name is making significant progress up the field, surpassing 4 cars to secure the 10th position. In a swift move, Gary No Name overtakes Issy 1212, maintaining the 10th place. This battle between Gary No Name in a Koenigsegg, a Agera, Ars and Issy 1212, in a McLaren MP412EC, is heating up for the 10th spot. Gary No Name is now in P23, after dropping 7 positions. La Croissant 1980 has climbed to P8, passing Isioni 1212. Suzanne Greenberg and Amy have advanced to 16, surpassing Waziria Sky. When Sirius Guy and Nira Soul are closely contesting for the 17th spot. Gary No Name has made progress to 24th place by passing Perpetuum. Perpetuum, in turn, has advanced to 25th position after overtaking Use John 7. The competition is heating up as the race unfolds. Gary No Name is making a strong move, closing in on Neotexum from Team Nafgum Kings by 5.7 seconds. Meanwhile, Koki Beninti and Siraimbot have overtaken an anonymous Ninity 3 to secure the 4th position. This race is heating up as Gary No Name continues to gain ground on Neotexum. Perpetuum is making a remarkable charge, closing in on Gary No Name by 81.2 seconds. La Croissant 1980 has advanced to P7, surpassing Nyester M. Oyster Raid. Naoga 77 has climbed to P12, overtaking Deplorable Apple in the process. Fades has made a swift move to claim the top spot, surpassing Captain Potato. A thrilling battle is unfolding between Feds and Captain Potato for first place. Meanwhile, Captain Potato and Twix 560 are fiercely competing for the 2nd position. And in our AI-driven race, we have Captain Potato taking the lead, closely followed by Anonymous Nenity 3 in second place, and Koki Baninity and Sir Ironbot neck and neck for third. Let's see how this plays out as they navigate through the racetrack. Koki Bananity and Sir Ironbot are in a tough spot, dropping down to 22nd place. Isiona 1212 is making moves, now in 5th place after overtaking Emilio Canara. Emilio Canara responds by passing the Croissant 1980 from Team Blast, securing 6th place. Gary No Name is making a bold move, closing in on Neo Texan from Team Nafgum Kings by 15.5 seconds. Koki Baninity and Sir Ironbot are catching up to Feds, reducing the gap by 585.5 seconds. Twix 560 is on fire, closing in on Koki Baninity and Sir Ironbot, with a remarkable 591.1 second reduction in the gap. Aerafe makes a move to Platin, passing Shipbruman and Nukambukum. La Croissant 1980 climbs to 16, overtaking Nearasol from Team Starline Pixels. Nearasol from Team Starline Pixels advances to 17, surpassing Zizolve and Maya. Gary No Name is making a remarkable comeback, closing in on Neo Texan by 593.9 seconds. The man has surged to the top spot, passing Issy 1212 Twias. In turn, Issy 1212 has advanced to second place, overtaking Anonymous Ninity 3 Boyd Kai. One serious guy from Team No Name Racing is on the move, overtaking 4 cars to secure 8th place. Susanna Greenberg and Amy are facing difficulties, slipping back 11 positions to 29th place. Ship Brahman and New Kambokim are also struggling, dropping back 14 spots to 30th place. Neo Texan from Team Nafgum Kings is making some bold moves, overtaking 7 cars to secure the 10th position. Anonymous Ninity 3 and Maesta M are fiercely contesting the 8th spot in their vehicles. Neo Texan continues to climb, now surpassing Deplorable Apple for 10th place. La Croissant 1980 is making impressive gains, narrowing the gap to Nearasol by 28.4 seconds. Here Paytuum is on a charge, closing in on Gary No Name with a 560.9 second gain. Twix 560 from Team Bolt Bucket Motorsports is closing in fast on Electric Mary, reducing the gap by 518.1 seconds. Gary No Name is rapidly closing in on Feds, chopping the gap by 42.5 seconds. Captain Potato is gaining ground on Emilia Roccanera, reducing the distance by 2.8 seconds. In a captivating showdown, Duff Dad and Simple Markers are fighting for 5. Duff Dad's Lamborghini Huracan is head-to-head with Simple Markers' Lamborghini Gallardo SL-Go. Fegs is gaining ground, closing in on Zazolve and Maya by 6.50 seconds. Pierre Patum is quickly catching up to Ayus John Saven, reducing the gap by 42.5 seconds. Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings is making a significant move towards Paulo Costanin, closing the gap by a whopping 552 seconds. La Croissant 1980 advances to 13th place, passing Neo-Texum. A close duel for 14th between Neo-Texum in the Radical Zafia 3 and Baryonyx Walkeri in the Dodge Viper ACO 16. Use John 7 is gaining on Cocky Bananity and Sir Ironbot, reducing the distance by 2.1 seconds. The man has advanced to P3, passing Issy 1212. Knalga 77 is now in 5 after overtaking Emilia Roccanera. Baryonyx Walkeri has climbed to 14, surpassing Neo-Texum. Duff Dad is making significant progress in catching up to Emilia Roccanera, decreasing the gap by 34.4 seconds. Nolga 77 is also gaining on Duff Dad, narrowing the distance by 26.2 seconds. Meanwhile, Deplorably Apple is closing in on Nalga 77, reducing the gap by 5.6 seconds. Paulo Costanin makes a move, now at T23 passing Amundsen. Twix 560 advances to P27 after overtaking Pierre Patum. Koki Binaneti and Sir Ironbot are closing in on GA Feds, reducing the gap by 8.6 seconds. Anonymous Ninety 3 is also gaining on Issy 1212, narrowing the gap by 2.30 seconds. Meanwhile, La Croissant 1980 GC has made a move up to P11, passing GIR Fail in the process. Fegs is making a strong charge towards Ayus John 7, closing the gap by 6.2 seconds. Anonymous Nina T3 slips back significantly, losing 17 positions to P21. Twix 560 is on a serious mission, narrowing the gap to Electric Marie by a hopping 546.8 seconds. Baryonyx Valkyrie is swiftly catching up to Neurosol from Team Starline Pixels, reducing the gap by 591.2 seconds. La Croissant 1980 has made a significant move up to P9 by passing Deplorable Apple. Baryonyx Valkyrie is continuing to close in on Neurosol, cutting the gap by 591.2 seconds. Hey there Kimikoft and your awesome viewers, thanks for the raid. Welcome to the channel. We're here spectating some epic AI race cars today. Let's enjoy the race together. Hey there Chemical VT. Welcome to the stream. We're watching AI-driven cars race in a simulator. It's all about fun and enjoying the excitement of virtual racing. Feel free to chat and ask anything you'd like. If you have any questions or just want to talk, just say hey Amy to get my attention. Let's enjoy the race together. Here comes the man taking the lead, closely followed by ISI 1212, and Mr. M trailing in third. Let's see if they can maintain their positions as the race progresses. Winzerius Guy has advanced to 13th place, successfully overtaking La Croissant 1980. Captain Potato is now just 2.4 seconds behind Emilio Organera. Emilio Organera and Captain Potato are fiercely contesting for the 4th spot, with Emilio Organera in a McLaren MP412 VEC, and Captain Potato in a Koenigsegg Agera RC. Meanwhile, Rafael and Neurosol are locked in a battle for the 10th position. Cookie Benenity and Sir Ironbot are making a strong push towards Isolvele and Maya, cutting the lead by 12.1 seconds. Neurosol from Starline Pixels has climbed to 10th place, passing Ayarafael. An intense battle is brewing between Neurosol and Ayarafael for the 10th spot. La Croissant 1980 from Team Blast is showing impressive pace, narrowing the gap to Neotexum by 9.8 seconds. Zizolvi and Maya have made a strong move to 16, overtaking Gary No Name. Zizolvavi and Maya are neck and neck with Gary No Name for the 16th position. Anonymous Ninity 3 has advanced to 21st place, passing 1999 Settembro, Datom. Twix 560 is gaining on Electromary from Team Quark Express, reducing the distance by 3.2 seconds. Gary No Name is making a strong push towards Neotexum, decreasing the gap by 12.5 seconds. Aminzan is rapidly closing in on 1999 Settembro, reducing the distance by 48.9 seconds. Mirasol has made an impressive move up to the 9th position, overtaking Narga 77. Captain Potato is now in 3rd place after a swift overtake on Emilia Canara. Emilia Canara has climbed to 4th, surpassing Mr. MD. Gary No Name is making moves, catching up to Neo Texan with a 4.7 second reduction in the gap between them. Mr. M is making a significant gain on Naga 77, reducing the gap by 13.8 seconds. Deplorable Apple from Team Left for Speed is steadily catching up to Mr. M, closing in by 15.1 seconds. Mr. M continues to narrow the distance to Naga 77, now by 13.8 seconds. Welcome back to the channel MRFX Society. We missed having you here for the race car action. Let's see which AI driver comes out on top today. Checkered flag. La Croissant 1980 is on fire, gaining 4 spots to reach P9. Deplorable Leopold is hot on Mirasol's tail, cutting the distance by 36.7 seconds. Unfortunately, Wazirius Guy from No Name Racing is struggling, sliding back 6 places to 15. Captain Potato has climbed to 2nd place, passing Isione 12-12. La Croissant 1980 is gaining on Mr. M, reducing the gap by 4 seconds. Deplorably Apple and Arafale ducking it out for the 11th spot. Captain Potato has claimed the top spot, surpassing the man in a thrilling battle. Both are driving powerful cars with Captain Potato in a Koenigsegg Agera RS, and the man in a Ferrari F60 America. Meanwhile, Baryonyx Walkeri is gaining ground on Neo Texan, reducing the distance by 3.4 seconds. Gary No Name advances to 15th place, passing Wozirius Guy. Oliver Costanin is catching up to Feds, reducing the gap by 4 seconds. Twix 560 is closing in on Electric Murray, decreasing the gap by 2.8 seconds. Chip Broman and Nukambokem are making impressive gains, reducing the gap to Perpetuum by 34.9 seconds. The man now leads the race after overtaking Issy 12-12, who now sits in 2nd place after passing Captain Potato. Duff Dad now in 4th place after passing Simpler Markers. Simpler Markers advances to 5th, overtaking Captain Potato. 1999 Setembro is closing in on Amundsen, decreasing the gap by 3 seconds. Mr. M is quickly reeling in Captain Potato, closing the gap by 47.5 seconds. Mirasol is on a roll, catching up to Lacrosse 1980 by reducing the gap by 5.7 seconds. Meanwhile, Captain Potato and Mr. M are fiercely battling for the 7th position, showcasing their skills in a Koenigsegg, a Gera Ars, and a Lamborghini Sian, FKPP 37 respectively. The competition is heating up. Zolvetti and Maya plummet to P26, with some trouble. Captain Potato is gaining on Naga 77, closing the gap by 2/4 seconds. Mirasol is narrowing the distance to Mr. M by 2.6 seconds. Captain Potato is gaining on Naga 77, cutting the gap by 2.7 seconds. Neo Texan advances to P13, passing La Croissant 1980. Cocubanity and Sir Ironbot make progress to 16, overtaking Gary No Name in the standings. La Croissant 1980 overtakes Neo Texan, climbing to 13th place. Begs makes a move past Anonymous Ninity 3, now in 18th position. Electric Murray answers ahead of Twix 560, now sitting in 24th place. Anonymous Ninity 3 is in hot pursuit of Amansan, narrowing the gap by 7.2 seconds. 1999 Setembro is making moves, closing in on Anonymous Ninity 3, with a 23.3 second gain. Twix 560 is also charging up, closing in Electric Murray by 5.7 seconds. Cocubanity and Sir Ironbot are making a swift move on Neo Texan, reducing the gap by 8.8 seconds. Isionta 12-12-12 is gaining ground on the man, closing in by 2.7 seconds. La Croissant 1980 has smoothly climbed up to 12th place, overtaking Baryonyx Valkyrie. Captain Potato is on the move, overtaking 4 cars to secure 3rd place. The man now jumps to 2nd position, passing Captain Potato. Captain Potato swiftly moves back to 3rd place, overtaking Ision 12-12. Issy 12-12 is making a strong push towards Emilia Roccanera, cutting down the gap by 28.1 seconds. Mirasol is also rapidly closing in on Naga 77, reducing the distance by 26.9 seconds. Meanwhile, Twix 560 is on a mission, narrowing the gap to Electric Murray by a significant 548.7 seconds. Captain Potato is making a swift move towards simple markers, reducing the gap by 6 seconds. Le Croissant 1980 is also on the move, catching up to Naga 77 with a 49.2-second reduction in the gap. Captain Potato from Team Racing Potatoes is closing in on simple markers by 6 seconds. Kokubinity and Siriron Bot are making gains on Gary No Name, decreasing the gap by 5.2 seconds. Perpetuum is rapidly catching up to Twix 560, closing the gap by 529.6 seconds. Captain Potato is closing in on simple markers, decreasing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Kokubinity and Sirironbot are making significant gains on Neo Texum, reducing the gap by 13.2 seconds. Meanwhile, Twix 560 is catching up to Electric Mary, decreasing the difference by 7.7 seconds. Shiproman and Nukem Bokum are closing in on Perpetuum with a substantial gap reduction of 547 seconds. Polo Costanin is rapidly catching up to 1999 September, reducing the gap by 31.5 seconds. Shiproman and Nukembokum are swiftly closing in on Perpetuum, decreasing the distance by 11.4 seconds. Simple Markers and Captain Potato are fiercely competing for the top spot, with Simple Markers in a Lamborghini Gallardo cell and Captain Potato in a Cornet. Kokubinity and Sirironbot are making significant progress, reducing the gap to Neo Texum by 9 seconds. East Johnson is on a roll, closing in on Shiproman and Nukembokum with a massive gain of 498.2 seconds. The chase continues as Kokubinity and Sirironbot continue to reel in Neo Texum, cutting the gap by 9 seconds. Knalga 77 advances to 8th place, successfully passing Deplorably Apple. Deplorably Apple climbs to 9th place, overtaking Nira Soul. That's is making gains on Anonymous Ninity 3, reducing the distance by 3.4 seconds. One serious guy is swiftly catching up to Deplorably Apple, reducing the gap by 15 seconds. Nira Soul now holds the 9th position, after overtaking Arafel from Team Blast. Rafael has advanced to 10th place, surpassing the Croissant 1980 in the process. Baryonyx will carry now in P12 after overtaking Lekra 1, 1980. Ilios John 7 is closing in on Shipbroman and Nukembukum, reducing the gap by 3.1 seconds. One serious guy from Team No Name Racing is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Lacrosse 1, 1980 by 48.5 seconds. Gary No Name is also showing impressive speed, closing in on One Serious Guy by 26.7 seconds. Meanwhile, Koki Beninity and Sir Iron Bot are on the move, closing the gap to Gary No Name by 9.44 seconds. Lakwala 1980 is closing in on Baryonyx Volcari by 5.4 seconds. Bupetuum is catching up to Twix 560, reducing the gap by 44.7 seconds. Lacroisson 1980 is still reeling in Baryonyx Volcari, keeping up the pressure by closing the gap by 5.4 seconds. Deplorably, Apple is tightening the distance to Neo Sol, shrinking the gap by 13.5 seconds. Beds is catching up to Neotexum, reducing the deficit by 5.4 seconds. Deplorably, Apple continues to close in on Neo Sol, decreasing the gap by 13.5 seconds. Holocaustioning continues to gain on Neotexum, narrowing the difference by 6.4 seconds. Baryonyx Walkery is closing in on Deplorable Apple, reducing the gap by 2.46 seconds. Gary No Name is catching up to Lacrosse 1980, decreasing the gap by 2.8 seconds. Holocaustionine of Blue Star now at P19, overtaking Neotexum. Neotexum moves to P20, passing 1999 September. 2. Twix 560 is gaining on Electric Marie, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Aminsan has gained 2 positions, now in 7th place, with a strong move to overtake Pippin the Penguin. Aminsan has significantly narrowed the distance to Neotexum, now just 2.1 seconds behind. Feds and Anonymous Ninity 3 are currently dueling for the 17th position. Feds is piloting a Koenigsegg Agera Aris, while Anonymous Ninity 3 is behind the wheel of a Saline 5's Raptor. La Croissant 1980 is making moves on Baryonyx Walkeri, closing the gap by 2.7 seconds. EU's John 7 is also on the chase, narrowing in on Shipbroman and Nukembukem by 2.1 seconds. The man is gaining on Mr. M, reducing the gap by 16.5 seconds. Gary No Name is catching up to Baryonyx Walkeri, closing the gap by 5.5 seconds. The man is closing in on Mr. M, reducing the gap by 16.5 seconds. Baryonyx Walkeri has advanced to 12th place, surpassing La Croissant 1980. Koki Beninity and Sir Ironbolt are gaining on with Serious Guy, reducing the distance by 3 seconds. Beds is catching up to Koki Beninity and Sir Ironbot, shrinking the difference by 3 seconds. La Croissant is living life on the edge at their bull moose. Let's see if that strategy pays off in the end. Geds from Team No Name Racing is on a roll, catching up to Anonymous Inity 3 by 10.7 seconds. Gary from the same team is struggling, dropping 8 spots down to P22. Meanwhile, Baryonyx Walkeri is closing in on Deplorable, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Amundsen has made a bold move, climbing to 18th place after overtaking Neotexum. Meanwhile, Neotexum swiftly responded and advanced to 19th position, surpassing Polokostanin in the process. Currently in the top 3 we have Niester leading the pack, followed by Simplamarcus in second, and Emilia Roccanera in third. Let's see if they can maintain their positions as the race progresses. Emilia Roccanera is making an impressive charge, cutting Simplamarcus' lead by a whopping 582.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Baryonyx Walkeri has made a significant move up to 11th place, passing Captain Potato in the process. Iron Fail has just overtaken Neosol, moving into 8th place. Neosol and Aerofail are currently engaged in an intense battle for the 8th position on the track. Both drivers are pushing hard to gain an advantage in this competitive race. Polokostanin is making gains on Neotexum, reducing the distance by 2.6 seconds. EU's John 7 is also gaining on Electric Marie, closing in by 2.9 seconds. The man and Isioni 1212 are fiercely competing for power, with the man in a Ferrari F60 America and Isioni 1212 in a McLaren MP412. Captain Potato climbs to P11, passing Baryonyx Walkeri. Used John 7 is making headway, narrowing the distance to Electric Marie by 2.9 seconds. Niesta M is showing some impressive speed early on, leading the pack with simpler markers right on their tail. Emilio Canara from Team S1 is not too far behind and could make a move for the lead soon. Lacroix Sun 1980 from Team Blast has advanced to 12th place, passing Captain Potato in the process. Knal Gas 77 in the McLaren M412 and Mirasol in the Lamborghini Sion FKP37 are fiercely competing for the 7th position. Feds has made a significant leap to 15th place, surpassing anonymous Nina T3 to Walktail. Meanwhile, anonymous Nina D3 has climbed to 16th, overtaking Captain Potato in the process. Amundsen is rapidly catching up to Captain Potato, decreasing the distance by 52.2 seconds. Paulo Costanini is making significant progress in closing the gap on Neo Texum, now only 100.6 seconds behind. Mirasol has made a smooth move to claim the 7th position from Knal Gas 77. Electric Marie is now in P26, after overtaking Eus John 7. Eus John 7 has climbed to P27, surpassing Ship Broman and Nukembukum in the process. Mirasol is closing in on Duff Dad, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Paulo Costanini is making a swift move, reducing the distance to Neo Texum by a significant 74.1 seconds. The chase is on. Electric Marie is making a rapid move on 1999 September, cutting the gap by 462.1 seconds. Ship Broman and Nukembukum are also gaining on Eus John 7, reducing the distance by 513.2 seconds. It looks like Electric Marie is really on the move, closing in on 1999 September with determination. Lacroix 1980 is closing in on Baryonyx Walkeri by 7.40 seconds. Geraint Known is catching up to Paulo Costanini by 9.9 seconds. Lacroix 1980 is gaining on Baryonyx Walkeri by 7.40 seconds. SC1212 takes the lead from Simple Markers. Ganaga 77 in a McLaren M412EC and Aerofail in a Lamborghini Sian FKP 37 are fighting for 8th place. Koki Benenati and Sir Ironbot advanced to 12th, passing Le Croissant 1980. Duff Dad is closing in on the man, narrowing the gap by 16 seconds. Le Croissant 1980 is also gaining on Captain Potato from Team Racing Potatoes, reducing the distance by 22.2 seconds. Simple Marcus has made a move to P2, passing Emilia Roccanera in the standings. Knalga 77 has advanced to 7th place, surpassing Nira Sol at all. Meanwhile, Captain Potato has climbed to 15th place by overtaking Wazirius Guy. Twig 160 is on fire, reducing the distance to Paula Costanine by 7.7 seconds. Deplorably Apple is climbing up the ranks, now in 7, after passing Naga 77. Nira Sol and Ayara Fail are fiercely contesting the 9th position. Knalga 77 is closing in on Airfail, reducing the gap by 28.9 seconds. Koki Binanati and Sirairombot are catching up to Knalga 77, closing the gap by 56.7 seconds. Barinanix Walkeri is also gaining on Nira Sol, narrowing the gap by 4.2 seconds. Gary No Name is making a significant move, narrowing the gap to Neo Texan by 11.5 seconds. One serious guy has climbed up to 14, surpassing Feds. They're now locked in a tight battle for the 14th spot. One serious guy is behind the wheel of a Dodge Viper Axie R16, while Feds is driving a Koenigsegg Agera RS. Rafael is making a move on Baryonyx Walkeri, cutting the difference by 2.7 seconds. Meanwhile, Feds from Team No Name Racing has advanced to 14, overtaking Wazirius Guy. La Croissant 1980 advances to 16th place, passing Wazirius Guy. Here Petuum climbs to 22nd, overtaking 1999 Settembro. 1999 Settembro moves to 23rd, passing Polo Costanin. Holocostanine from Blue Star is gaining on 1999 Settembro, reducing the gap by a significant 522.6 seconds. Feds has advanced to P13, passing Captain Potato from Racing Potatoes. Captain Potato has moved up to 14, surpassing La Croissant 1980 from Blast. Shipbroman and Nukembokem are on the move, catching up to Usjon 7 with a 67.3 second reduction in the gap. Amundsen climbs to P14, passing Captain Potato. 1999 September makes gains to P22, overtaking Polokossanin. Arnos Ninity 3 is making a huge move, closing in on Le Croissant 1980 by 572 seconds. Baryonyx Walkery is now in the 9th position after overtaking Arafil. The battle between Anonymous Ninity 3 and Le Croissant 1980 is heating up with that significant gap reduction. Neo Texum is now on the move, gaining on Captain Potato by 564.1 seconds. Electricamry is also making a move, catching up to Perpetuum by 559 seconds. Neo Texum is still closing in on Captain Potato, reducing the gap by 564.1 seconds. Miriam is facing challenges, dropping 13 spots to 14th place. Simplamarcus has ascended to 1st place, surpassing Emilia Rocanera da Chomara. Emilia Rocanera has climbed to 2nd place, overtaking Ision 12-12-12. The man is rapidly catching up to Duff Dad, reducing the gap by 580.3 seconds. The Quark Express team member is really closing in on Duff Dad. Deplorably, Apple is swiftly catching up to the man, reducing the gap by 578.3 seconds. Mr. M is rapidly closing in on Amundsen, shrinking the gap by 558.6 seconds. Anonymous Ninity 3 is making significant progress on Le Croissant 1980, shortening the gap by 568.3 seconds. Nearasol slips back 9 positions to 16. Usjon 7 is gaining on Electricamry, closing the gap by 630 seconds. Irafael advances to Thesiven, passing Koki Beninity and Sir Ironbot. Unziria's guy makes a bold move, climbing to 10th place and overtaking Baryonyx Walkery. Polokossanin also makes a swift pass, advancing to 21st position by overtaking Gary No Name. Chipraman and Nukembokem are really making moves, closing in on Usjon 7 by 19.7 seconds. Twix 560 from Bolt Bucket Motorsports is climbing up to P22, successfully overtaking Gary No Name. The chase intensifies as Chipraman and Nukembokem continue to narrow the gap on Usjon 7, by 19.7 seconds. Neista M is currently in 18th place after dropping back 6 positions. Captain Potato has advanced to 12th place, passing Neo Texum from Team NAF Gum Kings. Neo Texum has now taken 13th place, overtaking Mirasol in the race standings. Mirasol is putting on an impressive chase, steadily closing in on Neo Texum by reducing the gap by 7.3 seconds. The competition between these two AI-driven cars is heating up. Simplimarkers and IC1212 are neck and neck as they battle for the top spot, with Simplimarkers in a Lamborghini Gallardo cell and IC1212 in a McLaren N412. In a McLaren MP412E. It seems like the Radical might be feeling a bit rebellious today, deciding to get in on the crash party too. But hey, as long as everyone is having fun, right? Even if it's a crashy kind of fun. Gary No Name is on a mission, closing in on Twix 560 by 592.6 seconds. Wunzerius Guy is also making moves, narrowing the distance to Nalga 77 by 213.3 seconds. Lacroisson 1980 is climbing the ranks, now at position 14 after overtaking Neo Texum. Darian Xwalkeri is gaining on Neo Texum, narrowing the gap by 7.30 seconds. Julius Johnseven is closing in on Electromurray by 6.2 seconds. Amundsen is reducing the gap to Wunzerius Guy by 3.7 seconds. Electric Murray is quickly reeling in Perpetuum, closing the gap by 541.6 seconds. The chase is on. (1999 September) is now only 6.4 seconds behind Neo Texum from Team NAF Gum Kings. Julius Johnseven is making a massive move, closing in on Electric Murray by 579.7 seconds. Duff Dad is climbing the ranks, now in P3 after overtaking Simplimarkers. The man has advanced to 4th place, passing Simplimarkers. Gary No Name has climbed to 22nd place, overtaking Neo Texum. Deplorably Apple is now on the heels of Simplimarkers, narrowing the gap by 42.6 seconds. Holocostanine is making significant progress, catching up to 1999 September, closing the gap by 539.7 seconds. Neotexum is rapidly closing in on Perpetuum, reducing the gap by 587.8 seconds. Lacrosse in 1980 has overtaken Nearasol, moving up a position. Electric Murray continues to make impressive progress, reducing the gap to Neotexum by a significant 541.3 seconds. The pursuit is on, with Electric Murray steadily closing in on Neotexum. Deplorably Apple has successfully overtaken Simple Markers, and is now in 7th place, closing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Anonymous Infinity 3 has now overtaken Lacrosse 1 1980, moving up a position. Barry Nix-Walkeri is currently dueling with Mr. M for the 17th position. Barry Nix-Walkeri is piloting the Dodge Viper ACR16, while Mr. M is behind the wheel of a Lamborghini Scion FKP7. It's a fierce battle towards the back of the pack. Electric Murray is closing in on Neotexum, narrowing the gap by 6.8 seconds. Koki Binenity and Sir Ironbot have made their moves, securing the 6th position by overtaking iRafael. iRafael responds by swiftly passing Deplorably Apple for the 7th spot. Emilia Rocanera and Duff Dad are fiercely battling for 2nd place. Nalga77 has made a move up to 8th, overtaking Amundsen. Amundsen in turn has advanced to 9th by passing Wazirius Guy. Duff Dad now in 2nd place, surpassing Emilio Rocanera Dante. Captain Potato closing in on Deplorable Apple, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. 1999 September gaining on Barry Nix-Walkeri, closing the gap by 4.5 seconds. Captain Potato is making a serious move on Wazirius Guy, reducing the gap by a hopping 540.4 seconds. Anonymous Ninja 3 is climbing up the ranks, now in 14th place after overtaking Deplorable Apple. Welcome back, El Piosti. So glad to have you back in the race car action. Let's see which AI driver will impress us today. Duff Dad has taken the lead from Issy 1212, securing Pound Doi. When Serious Guy is putting the pressure on Nalga 77, closing in by 2.3 seconds. Mirasol has successfully overtaken Captain Potato, securing the 7th position. Duff Dad in the Lamborghini Huracan and Issy 1212, in the McLaren MP412EC, are locked in a fierce battle for the top spot. Anonymous 3 continues to impress, closing in on Loquason 1980 from Blast Team, reducing the gap by a significant margin of 7.1 seconds. A thrilling battle for position is unfolding between these two drivers. Koki Binenadi and Sir Armanbot are working together to catch up to Simple Markers, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Issy 1212 and Emilia Rocanera are in a heated battle for second place. Electric Murray is closing in on Neo Texan, reducing the gap by 2.7 seconds. Use John 7 is making moves on Shibroman and Ukembukem, cutting the gap by 2 seconds. Deplorably Apple, advancing to 16. Surpassing Neester MD. Electric Murray from Quark Express catching up to Neo Texan, decreasing the margin by 4.9 seconds. Captain Potato from Team Racing Potatoes is making a move, reducing the gap to World Series guy by 2.1 seconds. Captain Potato is closing in on Wazirius Guy from Team No Name Racing, reducing the gap by 2.9 seconds. Meanwhile, 1999 Septembro is catching up to Mr. M, lessening the gap by 3 seconds. Septembro is rapidly closing in on Baryonyx Walkeri, reducing the gap by 517.3 seconds. Holocostanin continues to gain on 1999 September, reducing the lead by 526.6 seconds. Mr. M is rapidly catching up to Perpetuum, closing in by 587 seconds. Holocostanin is making significant progress on 1999 September, decreasing the gap by 526.6 seconds. Neo Texan is closing in on Mr. M by 557.6 seconds. Mirasol is reducing the gap to Captain Potato by 3.1 seconds. Neotexum is rapidly catching up to Mr. M by 557.6 seconds. Twix 560 is now only 2.5 seconds behind Polocastanine. Anonymous Ninity 3 is closing in on La Croissant 1980, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Perpetuum has made a move up to 21st place, passing Gary No Name in the process. Mr. M has advanced to P22, overtaking Gary No Name. Gary No Name is making the strong move on Mr. M, reducing the gap by an impressive 23.7 seconds. Hey there, welcome back Bobardo. Thanks for tuning in again to watch some epic AI race car action with us. Let's see which cars will zoom past to victory today. Electric Murray is making gains on Neotexum from Team Naf Kings, closing the gap by 6.3 seconds. Koki Benunity and Sirimbot are chasing down Simple Markers, narrowing the difference by 2 seconds. Wunzerius Guy is on the move towards Nalga 77, reducing the gap by 2.5 seconds. Oops, looks like a close call there, Amundsen. Let's keep it safe out on the track. It's all part of the thrill, right, Gary? Captain Potato was gaining on Wazirius Guy from Team No Name Racing, shrinking the gap by 9.2 seconds. 1999 September is closing in on Baryonyx Walkeri, reducing the gap by 9 seconds. Captain Potato is continuing to reel in Wazirius Guy, narrowing the gap by 9.2 seconds. IC12 Fuentuelid, 12 and Emilia Rocanera are locked in a battle for second place. Meanwhile, Mr. M is making moves, closing in on Perpetuum by 2.1 seconds. Emilia Rocanera from Team S1 has advanced to P2, successfully overtaking IC1 1212. Simple Markers in the Lamborghini Gallardo SL is fiercely competing with Koki Benignity and Sirimbot in the Lamborghini Cyan FKP37 for the 5th position. It's a thrilling battle among these three drivers as they navigate the course. Paolo Costanine has successfully closed the gap on 1999 September by 3.4 seconds. Anonymous Ninity 3 has advanced to 13th place, successfully passing the Croissant 1980 in the process. Perpetuum is now just 2.3 seconds behind Twix 560 from Team Bolt Bucket Motorsports. EU's John 7 is making the move on Ship Broman and New Kembokem, cutting their lead by 2.4 seconds. Electric Murray is making significant progress, reducing the distance to Neo-Texan by 2.5 seconds. EU's John 7 is also on the move, closing in on Ship Broman and New Kembokem by 2.30 seconds. Ship Broman and New Kembokem are making their strong push, closing in on Neo-Texan by 6.4 seconds. Meanwhile, Deplorable has made a nice move up to 15, passing La Croissant 1980. The battle for 15 is heating up between Deplorable Apple in a Lamborghini Sian FKP 37 and La Croissant 1980 in a Koenigsegg Agera RS. Captain Potato is making impressive progress, reducing the gap to Wayne Serious Guy by 6.1 seconds. Neo-Texan is also closing in on Gary, No Name, with a significant 13.4 second reduction in the gap building. Captain Potato continues to chase down the Serious Guy from Team No Name Racing, now just 6.1 seconds behind. Issy 1212 has made an impressive move up to P2 by overtaking Emilia Roccanera. Nira Sol from Team Starline Pixels is closing in on Captain Potato, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Paolo Costantini advances to 18th place, passing Twix 560. Meanwhile, Twix 560 overtakes Perpetuum, now in 19th place. Perpetuum moves up to 20th, overtaking Mr. M in the process. Paolo Costantini from Team Blue Star is making a spectacular surge, closing the gap on Barrio Carry by a whopping 434.2 seconds. Meanwhile, 1999 September is also rapidly gaining ground on Gary No Name, reducing the distance by 548.4 seconds. The race dynamics are heating up with these significant advancements. Gary No Name is now only 2.6 seconds behind Mr. M. Neotexum is now only 4.1 seconds behind 1999 September. US Jones 7 is now only 2.5 seconds behind Electric Murray. Neurosol is steadily gaining on Captain Potato, decreasing the gap by 230 seconds. US John 7 from Team Life for Speed is also making a move, closing in on Electric Murray by 2.8 seconds. Baryonyx will carry advances to 16, passing La Croissant 1980. Chip Berman and Nukembo Kerim climb to P24, bypassing Neotexum. Electric Murray is now only 3.2 seconds behind Neotexum. Neotexum and Electric Murray are locked in a tight battle for the 25th position. Neotexum is piloting the Radical SR3, while Electric Murray is behind the wheel of a Mercedes-AMG GTR. Let's see who comes out on top in this intriguing duel. Captain Potato is showing some impressive speed, narrowing the gap to Wenziri Sky by 5.7 seconds. Paulo Costanin is also making gains on La Croissant 1980, reducing the distance between them by 2.6 seconds. Captain Potato is steadily gaining on Wenziri Sky, reducing the gap by 3 seconds. Paulo Costanin is also making moves on La Croissant 1980, closing in by 2.2 seconds. The race dynamics are heating up with these impressive maneuvers. Aminson is closing in on simple markers, reducing the gap by 22.8 seconds. La Croissant 1980 is catching up to Deplorable Apple, decreasing the gap by 11.4 seconds. Issy 1212 is reeling in Duff Dad, closing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Paulo Costanin continues to make impressive gains on Deplorable Apple, closing the gap by 435.5 seconds. Mr. M is swiftly catching up to Perpetuum, reducing the distance by 35.5 seconds. Gary No Name is also gaining ground on 1999 September, narrowing the gap by 18.4 seconds. El PIOSD said, "Hey Amy, boom. Hey there. Boom, boom, pow. What's up?" Electric Murray is making a significant move on La Croissant 1980, reducing the gap by 587.3 seconds. Captain Potato has advanced to P9, surpassing Naga 77. Shipberman and Nukembakan are closing in on Gary No Name, narrowing the distance by 3.5 seconds. Alpio SD said, "Hey Amy, spin everyone out." Haha, I can't do that. Let's keep the racing fair and fun for everyone. It's all about the thrill of the race. Airfail has made some progress against simple markers, narrowing the gap by 2.9 seconds. Captain Potato is also gaining on Amundsen, reducing the difference by 2/13. Deplorably, Apple is putting pressure on Baryonyx Walkeri, lessening the distance by 4.6 seconds. Mirasol is closing in on Waziri Sky by 2.7 seconds. Baryonyx Walkeri is reducing the gap to Anonymous Ninity 3 by 4.5 seconds. Neistar M has made a move to P20, overtaking 1999 September.2. Holocaustanine and Twix 560 are neck and neck fighting for the 17th spot on the track. In another close battle, 1999 September and Neistar M are fiercely competing for the 20th position. It's a Koenigsegg Edurararas against a Lamborghini Cayenne FKP 37 on the tarmac. Neistar M is gaining on Perpetuum, reducing the gap by 2 seconds. Electric Murray has advanced to P25, passing New Texum in a solid overtaking move. Electric Murray is catching up to Lacrosse on 1980, with a 406.3 second gap reduction. New Texum is also closing in on Electric Murray by 540.9 seconds. Additionally, Neistar M is narrowing the distance to Perpetuum by 2.6 seconds. Inalga 77 is making a significant move on Captain Potato, closing in by 60 seconds. Meanwhile, Twix 560 from Team Life for Speed is gaining on Deplorable Apple, narrowing the gap by 2.3 seconds. What a thrilling race that was. Looks like the Lamborghini Huracan took everyone by surprise with that win at La Sarthe. Exciting stuff.